Heather. I have been doing all sorts of things this weekend. It's been absolutely mental. I went to a 6-year-old birthday party on the Saturday. I went home after that and then took Tobias and the dog to my mum's house. And then I went to my sister and brother's house. I had a party and stayed the night, which was awesome, but I didn't get any sleep. The next day I cleaned their house because I was bored and hungover and I couldn't drive and I couldn't sleep. So what to do? And I felt bad because it was really gross and my sister would wake up and be like, no, it's gross. And I thought it would be nice to have a clean kitchen at least. And then went and got Toby and the dog from my mum's house. I stayed there for a little bit and looked at the new kitchen and the new driveway and stuff. And then we drove all the way to Warrington Downs in Sydney, which was a good 2 hours or so, over Bell's line of road, which is friggin' awful when you don't know it. I think if you know the road quite well, it would be easier to drive, but I don't know it very well at all, so I sort of pretty much sat at 10 below the speed limit, and everyone hates that, apparently. So I ended up with like 10 cars lining up behind me to the point where I felt so pressured by the cars behind me that I pulled over just to let them go past. And no one gave me a thank you wave. That would be nice, but oh well. So I went all the way down to Wetherington Downs? Warrington Downs. I think it's Warrington. I don't know. Went all the way down there, gave the dog to a different foster home where he's got other dog friends. I've seen updates from them and it looks like he's having a really nice time. It's a bit sad. I miss him. I let go of a pigeon because homing racing pigeons, they go by landmarks, and my mum's husband has a flock and this strange pigeon turned up in his shed when they were all coming in, and they've all got a little number on their little foot. So they put the number into the system and find out where it is, contact the owner, and the owner said that he lives near the airport in Sydney, so if they could let the pigeon go anywhere in the Penrith area, the pigeon would find its way home, which was pretty cool. So I took the pigeon down with us and let it go, and it flew off. It was actually hard to find a spot because it needs to be an open spot, but the only open areas were paddocks that were locked, and I think it would be a bit sus if we went into a paddock. We watched it go. That was pretty exciting for Tobes. And then we drove all the way back to Lisco. So in Lisco we visited a good friend of mine and their kids. That was really nice, and they've got a puppy. That puppy was mental. It was either trying to lick every part of you at the same time or asleep. There was like no in between. But if you found a little off switch behind its ear, just give it the right scratch and it just like passes out. My poor kid occasionally got a bit attacked by it because it wants to love you so much. And it's just a bit painful. It's a black and white dog called Oreo, which is perfect. It's very sweet. And so yeah, the next day we took their chicken home with us. Well, we were supposed to take their chicken home with us, but I forgot it. So we left their house, had lunch at McDonald's, and had to go back again. Then went home with the chicken. It was such a long weekend full of so much driving. I slept like the dead last night. I was just so out of it. And then thankfully I remembered today that I had to go do stuff, and so I did that. Got my glasses, which are lovely. I don't have to wear them all the time. I'm just wearing them now to show you how pretty they are. And I thought, well, I've got you here. I have TimTam's coffee, and I'm going to demonstrate a TimTam slam. You bite the TimTam in the corners. Like so. You take your hot coffee. You put one corner in the coffee, and you suck through the other corner. And then the trick is to get it in your mouth before it crumbles into pieces. And it's warm and gooey and delicious. And that's a TimTam slam. Have a good day. I'll see you next week.